So, in December of 1964, the Beatles album Beatles For Sale came out in Britain, but in America it was cut up. And what Americans got was this Beatles 65, which had about half the songs from Beatles For Sale, but not the other half. And so, a couple of months later, and to give this credit, yeah, it had about half the songs from Beatles For Sale, but it also had She's a Woman and I Feel Fine, which were a single and not included in the album. So, in February of 1965, another single came out, which had two more songs from Beatles For Sale. 8 days a week, and I don't want to spoil the party. Now, 8 days a week was probably the best song on this album. It was the only song on this album that was included in the Red Album compilation. And I listened to a bunch of different versions of it to prepare for this. The U.S. album set has the mono version and the stereo version from the U.S. mix of this. And then I had the 1985 mix of Beatles For Sale, which had these songs, had eight days a week on it. And then the new version of the Red Album had a 2023 mix. And I have to say, the best version was the 2023 mix in stereo. But the second best version is the mono mix from the US albums. And the stereo version from back then is not near as good. The 1985 mix is a little bit better, but not that much. So, part of the problem is that the instrumentation and the voices are much quieter on the stereo mix and than they are on the mono. So the mono sounds much better up until 2023 when it got better. Now, as far as don't want to spoil the party, with it, the stereo version's better than the mono on the US mix, and the 1985 mix is even better. So, hope you enjoyed that.